with Mona Earth Crafts. I have a kitten crawling towards me. I had made a post about beginner crocheters, and I've got cat hair everywhere. I had done several crochet projects, and then I thought, you know what, there are some people out there, men and women, that don't know where to start. So let's start. I have a bag of yarn remnants, and right now I'm not going to worry too much about the type of yarn gauge, anything like that. We're just going to start simple, and one of the most simple things is just make a little pot holder, washcloth, whatever you want to call it. This is just acrylic yarn, the soft stuff. And I know some of you out there say you can't use acrylic for pot holders. I disagree. I have made and used acrylic for pot holders for many years, and none of them have melted. It's not like you're holding them in fire. I have sat hot pots just off the stove. I have taken stuff out of the oven with them, and not one of them have melted. So you can use acrylic with hot things. I wouldn't suggest you put them in a campfire or something like that. However, you can use them to protect your hands with hot items. So, that being said, here we go. Let's adjust this because wait a minute, wrong way. There we go. So first, what you got to do, this is, I don't know if you can see it because it's kind of dark. This is a 5mm crochet hook. This is an ergonomic crochet hook. For those with arthritis or fibromyalgia or anything like that, like I have, ergonomic crochet hooks are one of the best things you can use. I have a suggestion. Get the ones that have the metal all the way through. If you get the ones that just have the little stub right here, they're eventually going to start moving and come out. I have had the unfortunate event of that happening, and it's rather frustrating. So, again, this is a 5mm. For beginners, I would suggest you use these just because it's a little bit bigger, and it's easier to use. The bigger gauges of yarn in acrylic is easier for those beginners to use just because it goes smoothly through the hook. As you see, it doesn't catch. Other yarns like hemp or jute or whatever you want to call it, cotton, stuff like that, they tend to catch or not go so smoothly. So acrylic, as you see, goes rather smoothly through the, with the yarn. So to start, what you want to do is make yourself a slip knot. Now, everybody does it differently. I was actually taught differently, but through the years I have figured out my own way, and that's the beauty of this kind of art is, hi baby, is you can do it your own way. If you're taught one way, that's fine, but you know, you can figure out your own way. What feels more comfortable in your hand? What is easier for you to maneuver? So what I do is I take the end of the yarn, okay, and I just wrap it around some fingers, just like that, okay, and then I just take that longer piece of yarn and move it up underneath and hold it there. So you're going to have something that looks, my cat's in the way, something that looks like this. And then you're going to take your hook, and she's smelling it, and you're going to just take that piece of yarn, okay, and you're going to hold that, hold it right there. You're just going to, you know, pull it apart, and then hold it here. Then you're going to pull that piece of yarn through and hold that little piece here. And there you go. There we go. So I'll do it again. So your end piece, okay, you're going to wrap that around your fingers. However big you need it, doesn't matter. You can do it big or small. And it's going to go over, and you're going to just kind of circle it underneath like that. Okay? Then you're going to hold that piece, that end, just for a minute, and hold the end over here. And you're going to put that hook and pull that through and hold that little piece end and pull that tight. Once you get that tight, you're just going to hold this end, the long piece, and pull that little hoop, that little knot tight. Okay? And my kitty cat's in the way. Alright. Hey baby. I have a kitty cat. She's about 4 months old, and as everybody knows, cats are very curious. And she leaves her fur everywhere. So, come here. No, come here. So, this is just going to dangle, this little end piece. No, stop it. But this piece you're going to hold with your other hand. Everybody holds it different. Everybody holds their hook different. Okay? We're going to adjust this because she's being a little bit annoying. So, how I hold it, you have to use some sort of tension on your yarn, okay? And so, your fingers, especially with us with arthritis and fibromyalgia and all sorts of awesome stuff, your fingers start to get tired. So, I adjust, as you will learn how to do, and I wrap it around my pinky, okay? And then I put it up through my index finger. Okay? Okay? And then I hold my work. And the reason I hold my work is because I tend to do tight stitches. I've learned to do them a little bit looser just because it makes my work a little bit crimpy and curl up and makes my hands draw up. But again, okay, the way I do it, is keep that little piece out of the way, is I wrap it around my pinky, Okay, and you put that yarn, you're being cute, and I put that yarn up underneath the other two and wrap it up around here. Okay, and then with these two fingers, my thumb and my index, or my ring or middle finger, I hold my work, and then I pull the work up, but your pinky is your tension finger. With this hand, these two fingers are directing it, these fingers are just holding. Okay, so we're going to start with the chain stitch. Patches, stop, stop. Okay, and for a chain stitch, it's just kind of braiding with one strand, and you will grab your yarn. Okay, I don't know if you can see it, but you just grab your yarn and you pull it through that hoop. Again, you grab your yarn, pull it through that hoop. Grab your yarn, pull it through that hoop. Grab your yarn, pull it through that hoop. And as you see, if you can see it, it looks like a little braid. And then the back of it, you can tell the difference. It has kind of a middle strand to it. Okay, grab your yarn, pull it through that hoop. So with the project we're doing, we're going to make, we'll say 32. Okay, so I just lost count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you don't count the one you're doing. Well, so 6, and again you hold your yarn or hold your work. 7, 8, 9, 10, and as you're going, your pinky's letting go of that yarn. Okay, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, and I want to show you something. Okay, so if you lose your 27, I need to remember that. So if you lose your hook or whatever, or you drop your work and you know your hook comes out, you put it back in. Okay, you want to make sure your work is straight before you start going, because if you don't, your work's going to be twisted. Your work is twisted, your base stitches are twisted, your whole work is going to look funky. Okay, so 27, make sure it stays straight. 28, and that way it stays straight. 29, 30, 31, and 32. So we went ahead and did 32. Stop it. So we got 32, and we did not twist the yarn. Okay, so you want to try to make, that's where your pinky comes in. You want to try to make all of it the same tension. Okay, I tend to do tight work, and I've always done it that way since I was young. My daughter-in-law has helped teach me to relax my stitch. She is very talented. She's a lot more experienced than I am. Okay, so what you do, this is called, we're going to do what they call a moss stitch. Okay? You leave it alone. She's going to make this interesting. So, again, a moss stitch. So what you do, okay, is you go into, not counting the one you are, the first stitch. Again, not counting the one that your thread is or your yarn is coming through. So technically it'll be the second stitch. So what we're going to do is we're going to make what they call a single crochet. A single crochet, you put your hook down in the yarn and you grab the yarn, holding your work so you're not stretching the yarn, bring it through. You're going to have 2 strands here. Okay? You grab your yarn and you pull it all the way through both strands. You kind of make it snug. That is a single crochet. And then a chain stitch, which is what we just did, or all that. Again, the single crochet, a chain stitch. The moss stitch, we're going to skip that. Okay? A single crochet in that stitch, after skipping, in that stitch, grab your yarn, pull it through. You'll have 2 strands of yarn. Grab your yarn, pull it through both strands. That's your single crochet. Grab your yarn, chain stitch, and there you go. You'll have a hole there. That'll be useful. Come, when we turn our work. Okay? Again, you're going to skip that next one and go into the next chain stitch. In you go. Grab your yarn, pull it through. Grab your yarn, pull it through both pieces or hoops, and a chain stitch. Okay? And I didn't grab it tightly enough, but see, that's what happens when you don't, is it stretches that yarn. And it's kind of annoying. So again, you skip that next chain and you go to your next stitch. And we're creating the basis of our pot holder, washcloth, whatever you want to use it for. So skip that next chain and you go into the following one. Grab your yarn, pull it through, and you've got 2 loops. Grab your yarn, pull it through 2, holding that work, and make it snug. Grab your yarn, make a chain, and there you go. And we'll go ahead and go through all of it. Skip that. Quit. Quit. There we go. Stop it. Alright. I'll see you at the end. Alright, we have a couple stitches left. So again, you're going to skip that next chain. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. I'm going to put you down. Alright. again, before I was interrupted, skip that next chain, go to that one, pull that through, grab your yarn, pull through both, snug it, chain stitch. Now, as you see, I have one left. All you got to do is just make a single crochet in that chain. The reason being is because it'll look kind of funky if you have one left. So this is what your base should look like, or at least something close to it. The good thing about crochet, or knitting for that matter, is it doesn't have to be perfect, and you make your own way of doing it. Okay, so we're getting ready to turn our work, and the way I do it is chain, okay, and then turn. And what you do is all through here you're going to see little V's, or something that resembles a V. That's where your holes are. Don't go down through here where you originally did it, because you'll end up messing it up. It'll look kind of funky. You'll go up here through that little V, not all the way down here. Okay, so sometimes it helps to pull your work apart and you'll see it. Okay, so we've turned it. What we're going to do is we're going to go in that first hole, grab our yarn, grab it again, go through both, chain stitch, and there we go. That's what it'll look like. Again, you'll see the V here, and you'll see a V here. You go right in between there, and if you don't see it, just pull it apart and you'll see that hole. Not all the way down here, it's right there. Go in that hole, grab your yarn, pull it out. You'll have your two. Grab your yarn, go through both, snug it, grab your yarn, chain stitch, and you'll see you'll have V's that form. That's where your hook will always go from now on, anyway. So again, you got a V here, you got a V here, you go right in between there. Grab your yarn, pull it through, grab your yarn, pull through both, snug it, grab your yarn, chain stitch. You got a V, you got a V, you go in between, grab your yarn, go through both, snug it, grab your yarn, chain stitch, and I'll meet you at the end. Alright, so we're at the end of the row. Okay, sort of. Snug it, single, there we go. Okay, so if we just turn it right there, we're going to have a problem. We're going to end up with stop. We're going to end up with a big gap. So you go here to the, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. We're going to go here to the last stitch and make Might be a little snug getting in there. And make a single crochet here. Okay? And there you go. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. We're not going for perfection here. We're just learning, right? And if your work starts to do this number, it's okay. Okay? Mine does that too sometimes, as you see. It'll flatten out as you go. And it might mean that you're kind of going too tight. So, it's okay. So, we're going to chain one and then turn. Okay? So, your first hole is right here at the beginning. You're going to go in, pull, grab our yarn, pull out, grab our yarn, go through both, snug it, and chain one. Okay? And then we're going to go looking for our V's. There's our V, there's our V, right between. Go in there, pull our yarn through, grab our yarn, go through both, snug it, and chain one. Or V, go in between, grab our yarn, pull it through, grab our yarn, go through both, and make sure you're holding your work, snug it, and chain one. Another thing I do is I hold my work here, just to keep it out of the way, and to keep my cat from grabbing it. A V and a V, go through both, grab our yarn, pull it through, grab our yarn, pull through both, snug it, and chain one. Okay? And I'll meet you at the end. Alright, so we're at the end of our third row. So again, our V, go in there, pull through, go through both, snug it, chain one, and then we kind of made a mistake there. That's okay. Just use that other row and we'll make it straight. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. There we go. There we go. Alright, so we're going to do a total of 20 rows. We've done 3, so I'll see you at the end. Okay, so I ended up doing 22, and as you see it curls up a little bit, but that's okay. So we are going to do a little hook, or a loop, or a holder, however you want to call it. So we're going to do a chain, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we're going to go back in between the V's and do our regular stitch. And there you have a hoop. between the V's. Pull through both, snug it, chain stitch, and we are at the end. Single crochet and chain, and I'm gonna get, if I can reach, damn. Cut it, pull it through, and snug it down. So, you can use a darning needle, which is fine. What I do to tuck my ends in, one, I get them really, really tight. And then I just weave them with a small needle, or hook should I say, in through the row. And I go back pretty far through that row, just to make sure it doesn't come out. And I have made a mistake a couple times and accidentally going back through the same row and undoing it, but if you do, that's okay. Just do it again. Like I said, I mean, if you make a mistake, it's no big deal. Easy to correct. In my opinion, crocheting is more about the art. It's not about hurry up and finish the project. It's more about relax and let your mind go of all the craziness of the day and focus on what you're doing. And here, oops, make sure that's tight. Future video, I will show you how to go from one color to another without making a knot. But that's for another video. Go. We'll weave this through to the end here until we go to our loop. we go. And what I do, after you wash it, the stitches relax and it doesn't really curl, but you can use it for a hot pad, whatever you want to use it for. A coaster, you know, hot bowl, hot pot, you know, whatever you want to use it for. But I love the pattern. It's really neat looking. It's really unique. And all it is single crochets and chain stitches. That's it. Really easy, really simple. Use it as a little blankie for the baby. Alright, that's all I got for you today. I hope you learned something. I hope you enjoyed it. And got some exciting stuff coming in the, you know, future. But I hope you enjoyed this. See you next time. Bye.